everybody, Dave Weiss here for the Glue Bomb Show. Today I have a build video for you on this, the Flash Gordon model from Atlantis. Now, I love the stuff Atlantis is doing. Please don't get me wrong. I believe this is from an old Aurora kit, and I wasn't a huge Flash Gordon fan, so I thought about not picking this up, but I saw something that made me change my mind. You see, lately, I've been watching the interwebs, needless to say, and one of the things that I've come to enjoy is seeing these guys who take a model and they build it to look like a 2D model. They make it look like it's right off the pages of a comic book. Now, most of them do cars, a couple of them do Gundams and things like that, but I thought, what better thing to do than an actual comic book character? So I did the build today, and I'm going to, putty the seams, clean it up, all that good stuff. And then I think I'm going to make an attempt to paint it as if it was one of those cartoony looking flat 2D kits. So I'm kind of excited to do this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to pull it off. I've been watching some videos, tutorials, things like that to try to pick it up. But first, let me show you the build, because I got to be honest, this thing builds pretty nicely overall. Check it out. And here we have the finished build. Now, I probably should put air quotes around finished because he's not exactly finished. He has an air tank that will go on his back. He has a base. Now, because this, I assume since he's with a Martian, that this is supposed to be Mars. So I'm going to go with the red planet look. I'm going to use some reds, oranges, browns. And I'm also going to do the comic book detailing on it, so we'll see how that works out. I'm both nervous and excited about this, in case you can't tell. He also has a holster for his ray gun. That'll go on the belt, but I'm going to wait, because why paint around it, right? When I can just leave a little bit of glue space available without paint, and so I can just stick it right on there. He also has a little utility belt pouch that goes on there. He's got a sign that says Flash Gordon on it. You can't really see it now. You'll see it when I have it detailed. And then he has this. This is that clear plastic dome that goes over his head. Now, I'm nervous about this, right? Because there's going to be a seam right up the middle of it. And I would like to make that seam as invisible as possible. However, I know there's only so much you can do with a completely clear plastic piece. There is part of me that wants to paint this like the American astronaut helmets were, where the back part would be painted to match his uniform, and then the interior would be painted black. That way, you only see the front part here. You won't see both parts. That might make that seam a little less noticeable, or make the seam make more sense. I'm not sure. I'm still playing around with that idea. But then lastly, I want to show you this guy too, because it's Flash Gordon and the Martian. Here we have the Martian. Now, the Martian is very, very 50s style. Big ears, large antennas, a tail, right? And then he has his own little Martian base. And again, I didn't mount him to this because I'm going to, paint this similarly. Martian colors, oranges, reds, browns. So, that's the project. That's what I'm envisioning. I don't know how long it's going to take to do it. I don't know if it's going to work, but I plan on sharing it with you, the final product, either way. So we'll see, right? This may fail. This might succeed. I hope it succeeds because I would like to try this on some other kits. That's one of the great things. I picked this kit up at Ollies, right? It was either $9.99 or $12.99. I don't remember which. But at that price, I feel like I can experiment a little bit. You know, sometimes when you get 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 or more bucks in a kit, you start to feel a little less willing to experiment. And I'm not sure that Flash Gordon would be my favorite subject matter, right? But he's a great kit to try something like this out. Sometimes we need to do that. This thing built up in, like I say, 10, 15 minutes. And I time-lapsed it, of course, so you could see it a lot quicker because I thought you might get bored. I used the standard Testors orange tube glue. I like using that, first of all. Second of all, part of the Glue Bomb show is I want to use materials that your average beginner would have, right? I would imagine your average beginner would go to some place like Hobby Lobby, Ollies, something like that, and they would pick up a kit and just pick up the basics. And so I try to do most of my building with basic stuff. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but that's what I do. And I hope you guys like it. By the way, I wanted to post a final question here. Do you like when I build these things on the screen. I have this overhead document camera. I'm trying to use it. I don't think it comes through particularly cleanly, and I'm not sure how to adjust that. But I thought I'd give it a try on a couple of these just to see what you think. So let me know, okay? All right, guys, that's everything I have for you for today. Take care, God bless, and remember, model building is supposed to be fun. Thanks to the folks at Atlantis for putting this cool kit out. Looking forward to seeing where it goes.